we got today, what we got today, what we got today. It's time to sip, philosophize, share these spirits, and I just don't know what I'm in the mood for, man. I want something that's good, exceptional, that's a rarity, delicacy. Wow, you see that? Look at that. That Spring Bank 12 up in here. Yes, it is. That's a good one. Look at that. Glenmorangie Bacalta. That is not easy to find either. We got some things around here. We really do. Pure white. Come on now. How many people got the pure white? That's just not easy to find. Wow. Well, ooh, look at that. The black art. What'd that say? 4.1 is in the building. 23 years old. The black art is in the building. What we got right here? You know what? This might be a winner right here. This right here is what we call almost a unicorn bottle. Look at that. Bah! Up close and personal. 23 years old in oak. You see it. You see it. 1990 bottle here. 49.2%. Black art is in the building. 4.1. The legend is in the building. It's time. Let's sip, share, and savor. Drams on deck. Let's go.
What's up, baby? We back at it again. Another hot review for you. Drams on deck. Today, my fellow Dram sippers, today we have a legend in the building. Today, thank you, God. We have the Bruichladdich Black Art 4.1 in the building. Yes, sir. This bad boy is bottled at 49.2%. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You see it. You see it. The all blacked out bottle. See the artistry. Bruichladdich Black Art 1990 4.1. 23 years old. Yes, it is. This is the tin that came in. You see it right here. Bow. Black Art. Right there. Yes, sir. This is the tin. This is not much to it. Black Art. Almost similar to the bottle. It just comes in a black tin. It says Bruichladdich right there, which is, it has like a matte black top. Blacked out. Just, pretty simple tin. Nothing special to it. I read a little bit over here. It says the 4.1, 23 years, the fourth release showcasing the spellbinding craft and head distiller, Jim McCrew, and another burgeoning and complex spirit. And this one right here, it's a mystery. So I don't know the cat. They don't really just divulge the cat, so much the cast, the maturation process. They kind of keep it a secret. The master distiller knows, but he doesn't really put it out. That's why they call it black art. So it's kind of like a mystery. All I know is 23 years old. It's oak. It's oak cast. From what I've heard or read, I think it was French oak cast. That's pretty much all I know. French oak cast involved. 23 years old. That's pretty much it. As far as what we know for sure. What I will have to go off on is my taste buds. So I've tried this a little bit, so I'm going to divulge a little bit more. I've read some older reviews of this, and it pretty much says timing and aging of this bottle helps a lot. So when you let it air out more, and let's suppose you had the bottle for 6 months to a year, it may taste slightly different than the very first day you open it. I've had this particular bottle about, I want to say around 4 or 5 months now. I'm living in Southern California, just so you know, north of San Diego. And I actually got the 4.1 recently. Now keep in mind, we're in 2021. I got this bottle late 2020. And so the Bruichladdich 8.1 is out now. So this bottle is about 4 years old. So so it's not easy to come by because it's an older edition. It's 4+ years old. And how I got this bottle, I was on Instagram, and there's a store that's, believe it or not, it's kind of far from here. It's in Corona, California, which is roughly around, 70 miles north of me, which is kind of far. So anyway, I was scrolling through the gram, and this particular store I already added I follow them because they have like a lot of different things. So the guy, they don't have a website. They only have Instagram. So the only thing you even know what's in the store is strictly through the Instagram. They don't have a website. So it's like it's a mom and pop spot, but they have a large selection. And I see the guy posted that he had the 4.1s, and I was like, what? And this is like, like I said, maybe about 5 months ago, and I was like, I thought he was BSing me a little bit. I'm like, okay. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, quick question. I saw on the Instagram you got the 4.1s and it had the price. It said $469 for pretty much $470. And I called him just to confirm that he had it, that he still had it, because it was like maybe 2 days after he posted it when I saw it. So I wanted to make sure A, he still got it, B, he really had the 4.1 and he didn't make a misprint. Because it just showed it and he wrote it, but I couldn't see that the fine print right here where it says 4.1. I couldn't see the fine print. So when he said, yeah, I got a 4.1, and I was like, $469? He's like, yeah. I said, bet, I'll be here in a couple hours. Boom, dropped the phone, got the hell on. I went all the way up there, right? And sure enough, he had the 4.1s. He had like maybe, 4 of them for sale? And I asked him, I said, wait a minute, where did this come from? Like, cause I'm saying, you just recently posted, like, did you really get a new shipment? And he's like, no. He's like, some mom and pop stores, they have an old shipment they just have just scattered around. He said, he told me he didn't even know he had the 4.1s. He was cleaning out some stuff and he saw it there. He's like, damn, I got them. And he said, so he had a case of 6. He kept 2 for himself and he sold the other 4. So it ended up selling the 4. So anyway, so he said, yeah, so I got it right here. So anyway, I ended up buying, 2 bottles of the 4.1 from him. So you know how much I spent that day. Plus I bought some other things. So anyway, I'm gonna get into that just a little bit. I bought 2 bottles, but there's a caveat to that two bottles I bought. And I'll tell you if I don't forget by the end of this video. Long story short, I had this about 5 months. I bought it was like $470 plus I bought other bottles. 4.1, and to be honest with you, out of all the Black Arts, the 4.1 is the most acclaimed out of all of them. I've heard good things about the 8.1 as well. That recently just dropped not too long ago. But, out of all the ones outside of the 8.1 that just dropped, I think the 4.1 is the most highly acclaimed one out of all the Black Arts. It's a mystery. It's unpeated, but believe it or not, I taste a little bit of peat in it, even though it's unpeated. It may only have, small amounts of ppm, but by and large, it's unpeated. Every year release, just like the Octomores that they do. And like I said, Black Arts, they're not cheap. Any Black Arts that I've ever seen cost at least $400. We'll say, that's the ones I've seen. Maybe depending upon where you live at, you may find some in the high 3s and mid 3s, but every Black Art that I've ever seen is $400 and up. So it ain't cheap. So if you have a Black Art, I'm quite sure you paid a pretty penny to get it, like I did. So some people say it's worth it. Some people say it's a unicorn bottle. Some people say it is a masterpiece. It must have in the collection, the whole 9. So before I give you my honest opinion, which I always do, I keep it 100 with y'all. I kid you not, whether it's good, bad, or different. I don't BS y'all. I keep it 100. That's one thing people know about me. I don't just tell you shit that I think that's political correct or just go with the flow. I tell you exactly how I feel. Whether I like it, don't like it, I think it's whatever. I keep it 100 with y'all. So that's what I always do. So that being said, let's jump right into this nose, the tasting, and the scoring. Bam. Before I do that, you can see right here has a dark amber color. Right here, I don't know if it picks up on light very well, but it's like a semi-dark amber color. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's 23 years old, so hopefully it I guess the age shows on it. The color shows perhaps. Let's jump on this nose and see what we got. I don't know what's going on with my nose today. I don't know if it's allergy season, but my nose seems a little desensitized. So please forgive me if I'm not picking up as many astute ingredients on the nose as I may normally do. But today my nose seems a little off. Hopefully I ain't got that Rona. But right now I smell alcohol. Just being honest, I smell alcohol. I smell a little bit of sherry, some oak. Sherry, oak, and alcohol is what I smell. And maybe it's just a tad bit of honey. But by and large, that's what I'm picking up. And nothing that's jumping out on my nose. But again, I'm not a nose guy, I'm a palate guy. But yeah, on the nose, today, I don't know. My palate seems, my nose rather seems a little bit skewed, or maybe I'm just not picking up much. I've just been sitting for about a good 15, 20 minutes almost. So, but yeah, picking up sherry, oak, and alcohol. Keeping it real. But like I said, this one right here is a grown man, 23 years old. So to me, I'm more of a taste guy. So taste is king to me, in regards to what it smells like. I don't buy whiskeys necessarily to smell it. I enjoy the smell. It's part of the process. However, taste is king for me. So that being said, let's all indulge in this taste. 4.1 Black Art. Let's go. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. All right now. Felt that first one. All right now. It's only 50%, but that first one came with a little punch. But if you watch my channel, you know I like to take the first sip, let it go down, I subside, now I take another sip. So now that my palate is a little sensitized, I can really taste and enjoy the flavors of the whiskey. That being said, second sip is right down the hatch. Let's go. Nice dram right here. Pick up sherry. If I didn't know, keep in mind, I don't know. This is all a guess because they don't tell you the cast, whether it's sherry or bourbon, etc. I pick up some sherry influence on this one. If I had to guess, I would say it's some port cast as well, or either port or some kind of wine. Port isn't wine, obviously, but another type of wine. But you can definitely taste there's definitely a strong wine influence on this, whether it be port, sherry. I would definitely guess sherry or port, or maybe even some bourbon cast influence, but definitely some kind of wine, sherry, which is another wine, and perhaps bourbon. But it tastes very fluid. Like you taste. I get a sherry impact, then I get a lot of wine, like a wine influence, honey, vanilla. And it all goes down, and it's nice, it's smooth. It does have a little humph to it, which I like. I like the umph. I wouldn't say it has a burn, but it definitely has some umph to it, which I like that. I did take a couple sips. Normally I don't do this, but just for review purposes, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it just to see if that enhances it in any kind of way. But by and large, that's a good dram. It doesn't. I don't really get peat. But for some reason, it tastes super mildly peated. Very, very mildly peated to me. Very mildly. But maybe that's just me. But yeah. But you definitely pick up wine influence, sweetness, sherry, vanilla. That's what I pick up. Just a little bit of sweet oak. And it kind of rolls all the way from the front, the entry level, to all the way to the finish. The finish is medium on this one. I would say a good medium. I wouldn't say super long, but a medium finish. Even though it's almost 50%, I get a medium finish from me. Now, maybe that's because I'm used to drinking barrel proof. So people are used to drinking. I'm used to drinking whisky that's even over 60% alcohol volume. So this is 49%. So if you're someone who drinks a lot of barrel proof and high proof, then you're accustomed to the longer finishes. So that's what I said. Now, if you're someone who only drinks 40% or always mixing your whiskeys, if you try this, if you're not used to drinking straight or barrel proof, then yeah, it may be the longer finish for you. But keep in mind, it depends on what your experience is or what your palate is accustomed to. So I'm accustomed now at this point. 4 years ago, I wasn't accustomed to higher proofs as much then. But to now, I usually prefer, if it's nowadays, when I see something that's only 40%, I'm like, really? Only 40%? So, I prefer higher proofs because to me it lasts longer and the flavors are more turned up for me, at least on my palate. But anyway, so it says medium finish, wine influence for sure. So by and large, man, this is a smooth, good dram, man. I'm enjoying this. I did add some water to it, so with this water, I'm going to see if it enhances or changes it in any way. The nose smells the same to me, nothing different. I'm still picking up alcohol, maybe some sherry and sweet oak. Nothing different on that note. Now, I'm going to jump right straight onto this palate again with the water. Let's go. To me, it tastes more syrupy with the water. Slightly more creamy. I guess you say it sticks to the inner walls of your mouth a little bit more creamy. Dark fruits, like a berry, creme brulee, honey, vanilla, some wine influence. It gets busy. I like it. Now, that's a good flavor. When you think about it, if you got berries, cream, honey, vanilla, sherry, wine, it's a bomb dram. I really enjoy it. Now, I want to get to the scoring. How would I rate this? 1 to 10, 10 being the best for me. Drams on deck. I'm going to give this 1 out of 10. 8.5. 8.5 for Drams on deck. And also, remember I told you that I had a caveat to the beginning of the part of the story. So I like this dram, right? So but I'll be honest with you. When I read the reviews and I heard people talk about it, I thought this was like nectar of the gods, the most amazing thing ever. I just gave it 8.5 out of a 10, which is a very good dram. That's almost an A, pretty much for me. That's damn near A. So it is very good. But I was expecting exceptional, exquisite, just OMG, like orgasmic type of flavors. I wouldn't say I got that. I got very good flavors. It enhanced. Like I said, I enjoy it. But I only thing I was the reason why I gave it 8.5 and not maybe a 10 or something of that nature is because to me, the flavors were all coated together. Like, I tasted when I added the water, got a little more creamy for me. But by and large, I tasted a little bit of berries. I tasted honey, vanilla, the wine influence, sherry, and that's all well and good. But to me, I guess that no one flavor stood out more than the other. And to me, certain things when you taste it on your level, you may get one particular ingredient or flavor that it goes to this and rolls to that. But to me, it all rolled together. At least on my palate today, one ingredient didn't stand out more than the other. And though it's consistent, it's balanced, it's good. But I wouldn't say it was exceptional. To me, exceptional is 9.5 or higher for me. If out of a 10. If anything is when I get to 9 up, anything really above a 9, in 9.25 and almost and up is pretty much exceptional for me. So I wouldn't say, at least on my palate, I wouldn't say it was exceptional. Again, that's my opinion. Now, there's some people who think this is the best whiskey God ever made. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. But to me, I wouldn't say it's the best thing. It's 8.5, which is a very good score. Very good score. 23 years old. I do think it's overpriced as well. But I will get to that in a second. But anyway, before I forget, to caveat the story, so I went and bought 2 bottles for $4.70 a pop, right? So I got, I think I want to say I got, you probably can't see it in the camera shot, but I got a Glenskottia Tawny Port Peated up there as well. And I got another whiskey. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was the Denston Virginal. So I got like 4 bottles. So it was, the price tag was well over G, right? So anyway, so I took this home, I opened this up, And like I said, I was expecting like exceptional, because like I said, that's what every reviewer, most reviewers said, not all, but most. So when I tried it, I'm like, damn, it's a neck pour. I'm like, you know what? It's an older bottle, probably been sitting in the back of his dusty ass warehouse for a while. It's a neck pour. A lot of times when I say neck pour, a lot of times when you have a bottle, it's not balanced properly. So it takes a while for the air to open up and for it to settle in. And so a neck pour may give you a unbalanced taste of a whiskey. When you get deeper to the bottle, let it sit more, and after months and months, it definitely opens up more. That's why I waited before I gave this review, because it's like when I initially tried it with a neck pour, I wasn't like wowed by it. It was good, but I wasn't wowed. Based upon all the reviews I was seeing, I was expecting the wow factor. So when I tried the neck pour, I was like, okay, it's a neck pour. It's been sitting there a while. Don't trip on it. Give it some time. I've been trying little by little, and I'm trying it again. Like I said, I've had it 5 months now. I'm trying it again, and I like it slightly more than the neck pour. With that being said, its balance is good. It's just one thing that's saying that more than the other. I've had other whiskeys that taste as good, if not better. So I paid what I told you I paid for it. Would I buy it again? Negative. But then again, even if I did want to pay more, I couldn't. It would be hard to find this, and I probably will pay more than I paid for originally. If anything, I think that if it was priced two something, I think that's appropriate price for me. So I think it's overpriced. So what I did was I bought 2 bottles. I tried this. I thought it was good, but not great. I spent down there $500 on 2 bottles a piece, and I'm like, you know what, I don't like it that much. So long story, I called old boy back. I was like, yo, man, we had a conversation. I like the bottle. I don't love it. I'll open up one. I would have give one back to you. The other bottle I didn't even open yet. Can I give it back to you? I was like, I don't want my money back. I just want a store of credit. I'll just exchange the unopened Black Art, the other one that I had, and I'll exchange it for something else that's worth the same price. He said, cool. He said, because I know there's tons of people who will buy that bottle, so I have no problem you bringing it back, and I can easily sell it. I said, bet. So I drove another 70 miles all the way back out there. I returned, because I still have ever seen it. I returned it the next week. So within 6 days or 7 days, I returned it. It was the unopened bottle. So I gave it back to him. And this is the store owner I'm talking about. It was the store owner personally I was talking to. As I say, it's a privately owned mom and pop store. So once I returned it, I ended up getting, which I reviewed on my 100 review, which was the Middleton Dar Garlic. So I reviewed. So I pretty much, that bottle right there was $350, right? So this was $470. So I returned this other bottle I had. I got the Middleton, and then I got the Tawny Port, and I got like another bottle. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a barrel, some kind of barrel bourbon. Anyway, so I returned and got adequate compensation for it. So now I just have this bottle. So he's been sold out the other 4.1. So I give it an 8.5. I like it. Is almost an A. To me, 9 and higher is an A. So this is a B plus for me. I enjoy it. I was expecting exceptional. Exceptional is mid nines. So I didn't get exceptional, in my opinion. Like I said, it is very good. You get wine, dark berries, a little bit of honey, but to me, it's all mixed together. One doesn't stand out more than the other for me. And I think when you try certain things, like wow, for example, if I'm drinking a peated whiskey, a sweetened peat, when I first drink, I'm like, wow, I taste sherry, I taste honey, and then when on the mid palate of the finish, I get just a whiff of that smoke, the cedar, the oak, the pine, the salt, or whatever I'm drinking, and it just rolls into this. Everything is all mixed in one, so I don't really taste, at least on my palate, there's not much rolling. So everything is all mixed together, and it is very good. It is very good. I'm not trying to, it is very good. But exceptional, it's subjective. So someone else might try this, and he may think this is the best thing he ever had. To me, I've had different whiskeys, so for me, I give this an 8.25. I enjoy it very much. Would I buy it again for the price, even though I got it for a good price, I think, on second market? No, I wouldn't buy it. I still stand by me taking the second bottle back and getting what I got, because for the one bottle that I took back, I got like 3 bottles almost. I had to add a little, like $20 more, so I got pretty much 3 bottles that I'm happy with. So I'm cool with it. 8.25 for me. Bruichladdich Black Art 4.1 is in the building. Like I said, dark berries, vanilla, honey, wine influence is good to go, man. I like it. But you know, this will be my only bottle of 4.1. I will not buy another. I heard good things about the 8.1. Hopefully, I can get a sample from one of my friends, and I'll review that one, or I might end up buying a bottle. We'll see. But anyway, man, I hope you got something like that, man. Like I said, these are hard to get. So if you're a connoisseur or a reviewer or whatever, and you're looking to do the 4.1, you never had it before, you would know the pains of it. Hopefully, you got something out of that, man. But anyway, that's my story, man. I'm sticking to it. I enjoy it. I enjoy you all. Thank y'all for all your love, your support, everything, man. If you anything you want to know, please sure to hit me in my comment box. I will always reply back to y'all as quickly as I can. I greatly appreciate it, man. Also, in my description box, check out, I have an Instagram link down there. Hit my Instagram page. I got a lot of pictures in there of this and other things, a couple other videos in there as well. Also, I have a Cash App Patreon. I don't push it much. If you choose to support, check the description box. There's a link for the Cash App Patreon. You can support that channel as well. Also, if you got something like this, hit the like button, subscribe button, so you get notification every time I drop a new video. Likes and subscribes are for free, y'all. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Take time, take care, be safe out there. Drams on deck, yes sir.